Well, good morning again. This is Jeannie. This video will be about learning to do ribbing to go on the bottom of hats, to go on the bottom of sweaters, to go on the top of socks. Anyway, you want to cast on for this video multiples of 4 because I'm going to do knit 2, purl 2 all across. And I have just cast it on 20 stitches. And so I will start with the yarn pulled down well and being careful not to catch the tail. I am going to knit 2. And then the most important thing I'm going to say to you is put the yarn back between the needles to do the purl stitch. Every time it comes between the needles, and we're doing 1 purl, 2 purl, around and through. Then we are going to switch to a knit stitch. We have to go between the needles and back to the back to prepare to do the 2 knit stitches. And here we go like this. Switching to purl, we have to bring the yarn back in the front between the 2 needles, and we're going to purl 2 stitches like so. Yarn back to do knit stitches between the needles, always between the needles or you'll be picking up extra stitches. And now we have to come forward between the needles to do purls 1 and 2. This is called a 2x2 ribbing between and in the back. We're going to push up our stitches a little bit. So we're going to do 2 knits with the yarn in back. And we're going to bring the yarn forward to do 2 purls. And we're nearing the end of our row. Around. And in the back, to do 2 knits, and after the 2 knits we're going to bring the yarn forward to do the last 2 stitches, which will be 2 purls. 2 purls. Here we go. Now, as always, I like to pull down all my stitches to make them nice and even before I start on the next row. Sometimes they don't look so good until you do pull them down, and it helps a lot to keep your work more even. We're going to switch, putting the stitches in your left hand and the empty needle, as always, in your right hand. All right, so remember, you have to knit the flats and purl the bumps. So we're going to just repeat that pattern. In this case, it's knit 2, purl 2 all the way across. And this will produce a ribbing, again, for use on the bottoms or tops of your garment. Knit 2. Bring yarn to the front. Purl 2. Bring the yarn between the needles to the back. To knit 2. I'd like to thank my husband for standing with the camera while I do this for the class. And here we go with the purl 2 again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, look what I did. Getting my yarn in front to do my second purl. Between to the back, so you can do 2 knits. Push up your needles. There we go. And yarn to the front in between the needles. Always between the needles when you're switching from knits to purls and purls to knits. Another purl. Nearing the end of this row. Yarn behind to do 2 knits. Almost there, ladies. You're going to start to see how nice this looks. For those who are going to make some hats this winter, absolutely have to know how to do this. Everybody knows how to knit and everybody knows how to purl, but it's throwing the yarn back and forth between the needles, always between the needles, that makes the difference in this, not picking up extra stitches and to get a nice ribbing. And one more purl to finish up this row. Okay, so we're going to lay this down. We're going to show you how we're starting to get a knit 2, purl 2 ribbing. Guess you can see that now. And it looks the same on both sides. So if you were to roll up the cuff of your hat, it doesn't look like the back side of a knitting stitch. I could do another row, but you get the gist now. It's 2 knits, bring the yarn forward, 2 purls, put the yarn between them, go back, and repeat. Always changing the direction of the yarn from front to back between the 2 needles. That's the most important thing that you need to take away from this video. Thanks, and I look forward to seeing you soon.